Slashes and Scream Queens. Welcome back to another episode of the Horror Daddies. It is your horror daddy here, Carlos, and I'm back with
your film daddy, John.
And your baby daddy, Sid.
And today, guys, we watched the 2019 Pilgrim, which is part of a TV series on Hulu called Into the Dark.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of it?
I really liked the movie. It was very different. I mean, a lot of shit bugged me in this movie, but I still enjoyed it. I had a good time watching the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like necessarily bad.
Yeah. Oh, wait, by the way, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Which
Sorry.
is why we're doing this movie, of course.
Yeah.
I had fun watching the movie, but it was, I don't know, the film, I don't know if it was the filming or the editing that occasionally kind of took me out of the movie.
I think the lens, so I'm pretty sure they used something called like an anamorphic lens, which is like that the lens itself is like oval, like the actual like a glass is kind of oval, so
Yeah.
it kind of curves the sides of the
Yeah.
frame. It was a little weird, but it kind of threw me off because it was like the entire movie kind of looked distorted.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
used
know.
a lot of like, how do I say it? Like a lot of zoom ins on certain things.
Yeah, it kind
and,
of
like, a
looked like
lot
an
of,
episode
like-
of The Office.
Yeah, and then like little like the screen on the corners were kind of faded at times.
Yeah,
Very weird like cinematography, but I think they did it on purpose.
I just don't
Yeah, I
know.
think so too.
Mhm.
It took me out sometimes, especially with the editing. We'll get into it, the
Yeah.
specific part.
It's great.
But
Yeah, they do a lot of cutbacks and like kind of slideshows type of editing. and
yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
I think it was almost meant to be
Like a comedy.
like a horror comedy.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah, it has a lot of. I mean, I even mentioned it. It kind of has like some Evil Dead type editing.
Yeah.
which was I loved it, but
Yeah.
it's like
Those parts
you
were
don't.
good.
Yeah, you don't know if it's like if it's on purpose or if it's just how the editing was, and we don't know the actual theme of the movie. It kind of felt like it was
Yeah.
serious, but then there was like comedy elements.
Mhm.
But I don't think it was
Yeah.
supposed to be comedic. I'm not
You
sure.
don't think so?
I don't. You thought Hereditary was a comedy.
I did. I really did. I came out and I was like, I'm positive this is a horror comedy.
Hashtag
no.
shame. But yeah, there's a part towards the end that when we get there, I'll say it's kind of like funny what they do with
Yeah.
it, and I do like that it's a mystery. Like
Yeah.
you don't know what
Yes.
like where does everything come from?
Yeah,
what is
and
happening?
you're also like,
why?
where the hell is this movie going?
Yeah, which I like. But so basically, this movie is about a family.
Mm-hmm.
It's Thanksgiving.
Are we going into spoiler
No,
No,
territory?
this
not
is
yet,
gonna
not
be
yet.
before spoilers.
And basically they invite these pilgrims over to have like a very traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, because they're kind of like their lives is consumed in technology, so
Yes.
they're trying to appreciate their family time because you can tell that they're like in a dysfunctional family.
Well,
Yes.
you say they, but it's not they. It's the mom.
The mom?
Yeah, the mom who's like, we need to appreciate the
that's
family.
true.
More,
That's-
it's more.
that's-
Well, because she's more like she kind of wants them to get closer, but everyone's kind of like in their own world. Which
Yeah,
we'll get
she
into and
really
stuff.
thinks that this is. Oh, are we? We're not
We're not in spoilers yet.
awkward. Okay.
But yeah, that's basically the premise of the movie, and then shit goes left. We don't know why. It's not really, but you guys just want to jump into it, right?
Yeah, let's
now?
just jump into it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
fuck it.
Any-
You want to
any-
watch?
any-
You don't want? You stop watching the podcast, watch the movie, then come to the podcast.
Oh God. Okay, no. So if you have Hulu, it is like a TV show series. It's an anthology series, I guess, of horror movies or shorts. It is called Into the Dark. Check it out. I haven't seen any others. This is the only one that I've seen, and I really like this one. So maybe later on I'll
Are
check out
they
the
all
other
themed
ones.
for different
I
holidays?
feel like they're themed for different holidays. I think that's the thing of it.
Oh, okay.
I think I saw one for New Year's.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Before we start, I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Did you notice how many times they went to the feet?
Like
feet?
Yeah, like they
Like-
started filming the feet and then like transitioned up.
Maybe the director had a foot fetish.
Maybe, but I
I don't
was
know
like,
if I
the
noticed
feet
that.
Must.
I noticed
mean
it
something.
when the program show up.
Well, no, because it starts with feet under the table, and the mom is like
Oh,
yelling at the
oh,
dad.
I think that's just like a choice. It's just like to show like instead of showing her as a little girl, because maybe casting wise, I don't know, they couldn't find someone or that looks like the daughter.
Which, yeah, I get that, but it's like a constant thing throughout the movie. That's not only when the little girl is there; it just starts there.
Yeah, it kind of
I don't
it goes
think I-
from bottom up a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. I guess
And
director's
then-
choice.
Yeah.
I
don't
guess
know.
the next part is a spoiler.
Okay, so let's jump into it.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. If you haven't seen it, go check it out and then come back. It is rated TVMA for anyone that cares, and it's really easy. It's only an hour and 20 minutes, so it's an easy watch.
Yeah,
And
it's fun.
Yeah, and
It's a
it
fun
was
movie.
directed by Marcus Dunstan. I got the name right.
Wow.
Woo!
Woo! We did it.
Yay!
Good job.
Thank
I
you,
think
thank
we're
you,
ending the
thank
you.
episode.
Don't
This
take
is the
credit.
last episode.
Don't take credit for Carlos's accomplishments.
I mean, we kind of had to help him.
Not in this-
I'm
not
not
this
that
time.
dumb.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So the movie starts off with mom and dad arguing over a dinner table. You don't really know what they're arguing about. It just seems like they're a dysfunctional parents.
Yeah, you just kind of hear her saying like, you don't appreciate me, and he's just like, well, I don't care. And
Yeah.
I mean, we had subtitles, so that
Yeah,
does help.
But you don't really hear what they're saying. You hear it kind of like it's almost like it's through water.
Yeah, like muffled.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of like that.
and then all you hear at the end, it's Happy Thanksgiving, and it seems like the mom walks away.
Yeah, and like what you're seeing in frame is pretty much like some little like a kid's feet dangling, like
Yes.
she's sitting on a chair. It's supposed to be the main character.
Mhm.
And then you can kind of tell in the background that two people are kind of arguing.
Yeah.
And then the dad gets close to her,
Mhm.
and that it cuts to present day.
Yes.
Which right here it starts at the feet too, right? Just like
Yeah,
more
it-
feet under the dining table, and then it.
Well, you
goes
see
up?
the shoes. The it's
The
like
sh-
the girl's like
shoes,
kind
the
of
shoes
sitting.
change, and her feet actually touch the ground, so we can tell that she's older now.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot older. And this family dinner, so we cut to another family dinner, and here we meet the mom, the stepmom actually,
Yeah.
the dad, and the half brother. So we meet Shane, the dad, Cody is the main character, the daughter, Tate is the son, and
And then
Anna is the stepmom. And they're basically having dinner. Anna's explaining about this event for Thanksgiving that she wants to have pilgrims over or whatever. The dad is buried into his tablet. You can see that
Yeah,
he's just buried
he
into
loves
work.
stocks.
Yeah.
Like he is just at the stock market.
Stoinks.
Cody's not excited about this thing her stepmom is doing. You can tell that Cody and her stepmom just don't get along. Very
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Yeah, it's kind of alluded that they just don't like each other, which I think the whole point of it is that maybe the dad cheated on Cody's mom with
Yeah.
the current wife.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
because
maybe that's why she doesn't like her. I'm not really sure.
So they're basically still at dinner. We find out that Cody's cutting class,
Yes.
and that class is very expensive.
Yeah, he's like, oh, she goes, it's not a big deal, and the dad's like, I pay $65K
A year, right?
a year or something like that.
Girl, that is a salary. Like, what do you do for a
Yeah.
living?
Yo, I would be so fucking mad
he
spending
does
that
the
much money.
stocks for a
Yo.
living.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
true.
You're right. And so for the argument basically to stop, the dad kind of says, "Oh, let's do the wishbone thing."
Yeah.
So he takes a wishbone is basically a bone like in the shape of a Y,
Yeah.
and whoever breaks the bigger piece makes a wish.
Yeah.
Pretty sure most people know what a wishbone is.
I mean, just in case.
Just kidding.
So Tate and Cody do the wishbone,
Mhm.
and Cody gets the bigger piece,
Yeah.
and she wishes that the whole Thanksgiving event backfire.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
said.
Anna.
You don't get to hear, like, you hear it, it's like in her thoughts. Like
Mhm.
they don't say it out loud, but you hear like a voiceover of her being like, I wish
She
this all blows
says,
over.
I
Mhm.
wish this whole thing would backfire in your stupid face.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we cut to like a montage of Thanksgiving throughout the years of like a
Yeah.
history of in America or
It's
whatever.
fucking creepy.
Yeah,
It's
like,
like
they
old
do-
footage and it's
Mhm.
all black and white and
and they
cuts
do
to
some
like
negatives too,
Yeah.
which with these creepy faces.
And people are
And-
really thankful for really weird things. Like I wrote
I won't.
I wrote one quote down that says, "I'm thankful that when my neighbor comes to ask for a cup of flour, we have the right to talk about whatever we want."
The fuck?
Yeah,
I
it
didn't even
was
notice that.
super
What the
weird.
hell?
Yeah, no one ever comes to my house asking for food. Like I don't have food myself, so leave me
And
alone.
then another one was like, "I'm thankful for the roof over our head. I mean, it's expensive and it's not that great, but at least we have it." And it was just really weird stuff.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
I mean, it gotta make sense for the movie that
Yeah.
we're watching.
So this is when we get Cody in her room, and she hears a noise and is very suspicious. And she starts walking around the top of like upstairs because they have a 2-story house. And she basically finds Tate. So it seems like her and Tate get along really well. They love each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are half brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Cody is African American in this movie, so we're assuming that mom was black, dad is white. She's a mix because we thought she was adopted.
Yeah, which I thought it was gonna come into play or something, but no, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah. And I feel like she feels like she's like the outcast of the family, and like Anna, Shane, and Tate are like
the perfect family.
The perfect family, and she just feels like
and she
an
doesn't
outcast.
fit in. Like she just you can tell that she's the odd one out.
But yeah, she finds Tate and she puts him to bed, and you can tell that they really love each other. Like they have this brotherly sister bond, which I kind of like.
Yeah, it was cute.
And then it cuts to the next day, and Anna's hosting an HOA party at the house.
Yeah.
And Cody is not happy about it.
She's just like, what the fuck is
all these
everyone
people
doing here?
Right. I would be the same way if I come downstairs. I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all in my house.
Which Cody's a bad bitch throughout all of this. She
I
makes
love her.
the best comments.
Yeah, she's great. Oh my god.
I love her. And we get a little scene of Anna basically explaining to some of the neighbors about the Pilgrims coming and how they're gonna basically do everything very traditional, like the first Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it just honestly, it sounds fucking weird. Like,
And
leave me alone.
she also makes it seem like these people, like this reenactment, is going to fix all of her family's problems.
Yes.
She's betting everything on these people.
Yeah.
Because I guess she wants the perfect family, and she wants Cody to like her, but Cody just doesn't really try to give her the time of day. So
and then we have like a weird editing, like one of those weird editing scenes where Cody walks into the kitchen and knocks over a pot of coffee.
yes.
But the way it's edited is like,
It's just like they're trying to do like these really cool shots.
Yeah.
And it just comes off so weird because it's like nothing's really happening.
yeah,
Like,
it was just
she
a
just-
pot of coffee falling
Yeah.
and breaking.
She just drops something and then it's like this cool slow down scene of it breaking. And I'm just like, is this supposed to mean something?
I feel like
Yeah.
I see this more like a TV show kind of thing. So to me, this looked like a really long episode of a TV show. All the editing and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I feel like American Horror Story does the same thing
Yeah. It's just
in their episodes.
I guess American Horror Stories kind of knows what they're doing. So I don't know. It just felt kind of odd, out of place.
Yeah.
It did feel out of place, but if it had been important, then later on we've been like, oh, but it wasn't. It never came back.
I guess they were just experimenting with their editing.
Yeah. I think it's just also maybe they had a low budget and they were trying to make it, as cinematic as possible. So they
Yeah.
did all these crazy shots.
I still recommend the guys go watch it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So Cody basically gets down to start cleaning up the pot or the glass, and these two neighbors come into the kitchen basically just to talk shit about the stepmom.
They're the fakest people in
Yeah,
the world. They're
it's
like
like-
supposed to be the mom's friends.
Yup. It's like Becky and Karen are like, oh my god, Anna is so weird. Like, why the fuck is she having pilgrims over?
It's
Like,
like-
who the fuck does that?
And she's like, oh, she just wants her family to be perfect.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
they're
she
just
should get
laughing.
off Facebook every once in a while and actually work on her family.
Ugh.
But then how would we know that she's perfect?
Yeah, this is a
Yup.
thing throughout the movie where it's all about technology.
Yup.
And it's just like I kind of got tired of it.
It was kind of like they were trying to mix Black Mirror with American Horror Story, and it just
Yeah, it looked like the Five Below version of
It's
Black
like
Mirror.
it's like they're trying to basically tell us like, hey, technology is like a thing, and it's like taking over, and it's like basically it's what we revolve our lives around if you think about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like they're trying to show us that
I felt like it was just so shoved down
Yes,
our
it's-
throat
yeah.
that it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, yo, I get it. Like it's about technology. I understand.
still a really good movie.
Yeah. Again, we're gonna criticize it, but it's
No,
not
no, yeah.
like a bad or
they do throw it in your face, but I think it's because it's such a short movie and they're trying
Yeah.
to get the point in.
Exactly.
That they're trying, like they do it again later, and I'll say when
They do it a lot.
No, they do. They do. But there's another moment where I was like, okay, here we go again with
Yep.
the technology thing. But here the neighbors leave, out of the kitchen after they talk shit. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, we finished.
Fucking
let's go back to
bitches,
let's
man.
go back to being friends with Anna again.
Oh, yeah, Anna, you look great today.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And-
Also, these were the same two friends that were asking her about this Pilgrim thing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
she was
yeah.
doing, and they were all like excited that she was doing it.
Yep, they're
So
literally high school. Like, oh, did you hear? She's so excited about it. Like, oh my god.
Okay, but
Like-
have you ever done that though?
the
Because
time.
I've been like, oh, what's up, man? Like, you look great. Wow, I haven't seen you since high school. They leave. Oh, I fucking hate them. Like, ugh, I can't
That's
stand them.
literally every workplace. No
I
tea, no
mean-
shade.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah, it's kind of like in Mean Girls when Regina George is like, "Oh my god, I love your bracelet. Where'd you get it? Ugh, I hate her bracelet."
Yeah, literally that.
So we can relate. We
Yeah.
can relate. We love the
Um,
neighbors.
So here's when we meet Cody's boyfriend, which they never say his name, but his name is Finn.
Oh my
Finn
God.
Wolfhard, guys.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard
Just
isn't.
kidding.
That is not. Which did you notice that when he walks into the house, the neighbors are like checking him out?
Yes.
I'm like, God damn.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
not even
weird.
that good looking either. Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Chris Hemsworth walked into the room. It's
Yeah.
just like some kid. That's another thing. I don't know if he's like a
kid?
kid or an adult because they don't make it clear if he's in high school.
They never say what grade or what kind of school she's in.
Yeah, because they still price like the $65K a year, but
So
I don't
I'm
know.
assuming college with that,
It
or
could be
a-
college. It could be a private school.
Yeah, but 65K for. I mean, I don't know. I went to regular school.
Yeah.
So we meet the boyfriend, and they're just talking, and the Pilgrim show up here.
Yep.
Wait, hold up. It's got to be a private school because at one point Anna's like, "Check your phone. You should have gotten a message that she missed school." And what
mhm.
college does that?
That's true. That's
true.
Colleges don't text your parents.
Huh.
I guess.
No.
Okay. So she's in high school.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll establish that. But anyways, so Cody and Finn are talking, and Cody's just mad about the whole party, and she's just mad at everything.
Yeah, and he mentions that his mom is going through, like, she's having a hard time because she hasn't been smoking for about 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then he's like, oh, but, she's had a panic attack. And then he looks at his watch like, like it happens all the time.
Yeah. And then we got a knock on the door,
Yes.
and it's the Pilgrims, and it's Ethan and Patience who we meet here.
Yeah, and they're walking up like real thug. Like, they just dropped the mixtape, like slow motion, synchronized stepping into the house.
Well, Anna opens the door, and she's like, y'all like a day early. Why are y'all here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we needed to prep. Like, we just
like-
came here to prep.
Well, no, I'm having a party, and you're not. It's like, no.
Yeah,
And-
and she's like, "I'm being rude. Come on in."
Yeah, like, what the
No.
fuck? Who does that?
Yeah,
No.
exactly. And Cody comes up, and Anna mentions that they're gonna stay with them, and Cody's like, they don't believe in hotels.
yeah, yeah, for real. Like, hey, we're gonna stay. Like, okay.
Yeah, she says the exact quote is, "A motel comes to mind. We don't know them."
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
true. Guys, don't ever have strangers stay in your house.
Except, especially if they're dressed as pilgrims. Like, no.
Also, when they step in, the background music is heavily Irish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I mean, I don't know much about pilgrims.
Yeah, no.
But they're not Irish.
Okay. I gotta go back to school.
Pretty,
yeah, I never.
I mean, at least
Hey.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico, we never really cared about
Yeah.
pilgrims. We just kind of ate a lot and danced for Thanksgiving.
Well, if
So-
anybody knows, let
Let
us
us
know.
Um,
That was insane.
Yeah, synchronized.
Right?
Oh,
Like the
their
Pilgrims.
steps.
yeah. Oh yeah, because they walk in the door very synchronized, one step at a time,
At the same
was-
time.
at the same time.
It almost reminded me of, how you have to invite a vampire in?
Oh, yeah. So
They
it's as
made-
soon as Cody or
No,
Anna,
Anna.
and like lets them in, they're like, "Thank you," and they stepped into the house. Like, they made it really important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made the step really
Like they
important.
have to be welcomed in.
Which they do that in vampire movies.
I didn't know that. Look at you teaching me horror stuff.
Oh,
Um,
baby.
Yeah.
What is it?
The baby daddy, the whore daddy becomes the baby daddy.
Wait,
no.
Huh?
no.
Oh,
I was gonna say the student becomes the teacher or whatever,
oh.
but the baby daddy
The
becomes
Padawan
the whore
becomes the
daddy.
Jedi.
Ooh.
This isn't a Star Wars podcast. I'm
All right, well, we're gonna be doing a Jedi podcast.
sorry. So they come in the house. They're basically Anna tells Cody they're staying. Cody's not happy about it, and then we meet Finn's mom out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, they don't
Very fucking
introduce her.
randomly. No, like she's a hey Catherine, Patience is staying with you by the way. Which, okay, Jonathan, if you ever come to my house and you tell me that someone's staying with me and I don't know them, you're getting punched.
It's like,
that
hey,
person's getting kicked out.
It's like, hey, Carlos, I just brought 2 homeless people. They're staying here tonight.
People are
with you.
experiencing homelessness.
Yeah, that's a serious case.
Okay, but also it doesn't really seem like Anna and Catherine are great friends. It's just that it's the mom of Cody's boyfriend.
Yeah, we don't know
So
if
it's
they like
like,
each other.
what?
Like, we have no idea. She doesn't get an introduction.
We
just,
didn't even know that it was
Finn's
Tate
mom.
or Finn's mom. Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Because I don't know. She's
they don't
just
walk in
Catherine.
together.
But then Finn, I guess Finn points or says something. It's like Finn, like we kind of get that's his mom.
I
That
guess.
was a
I
gesture or
didn't-
something. I don't really remember, but we get the gist that was his mom.
I didn't get it until
Actually, no,
later.
we don't. They don't. It's because I've seen this movie before. They haven't. So, no, we do get it later when he comes home and it's them together.
Yeah.
That's right. But it is Catherine who is Finn's mom, and Anna basically just tells her that this Pilgrim is staying with her with no asking, no invitation, and Catherine's like,
Yeah, she's
okay,
she's completely thrown off. Like, who the fuck does that? It's your idea.
right?
Yeah. And also, I thought it was funny. Anna says it like out loud in the party, like, "Oh, look at this great thing that I'm doing for this other person."
Yeah, it's like Anna wants attention and she wants people to know that she's a good person. So she's doing things in front of people.
Mhm.
It's kind of like when people take videos of themselves doing stuff in public just to get, oh, I'm doing something good. I'm a good
Yeah,
person.
Yeah, look
this
at
is
this
just a
money that I'm giving to this homeless person.
exactly. I think it's just like, we get to see what Anna's character really is
Yeah,
about. Like, she doesn't really care about being grateful about the family. She just wants everyone else to see that she has the perfect life.
Yeah. So then we cut to a real quick scene of Cody watching Ethan from her room window, and he's like bringing supplies to the backyard like he's gonna build something, and it's just really weird because it's like, why are you in my house building stuff already? And I don't even know you.
Yeah, Ethan looks back at her window and she's just standing there like waving at her, and he's just kind of like, okay,
It's
well,
really fucking creepy. So, and then we cut back. Now we cut to another scene real fast, and it's a dinner scene. And here it's the whole
More
family.
feet.
Oh,
more
yeah.
feet.
More feet. I wrote that.
Are you into feet for
No,
this
it's
episode?
just like
I want to talk about feet.
there's a lot of feet.
And Ethan's basically just telling them stories about his voyage to America and what the Mayflower that he traveled on or something.
He just has this crazy story.
Yeah, and how he built a new life. And Cody's not buying none of the bullshit. She's just like, who are you? Like, get out of my house.
Yeah.
And-
She gets the bad vibes and she's
Mhm.
being sassy.
And we see again that the dad is just buried in his tablet in the stock. So like the dad is a workaholic or
Yeah.
just not. He doesn't care.
It's because technology is consuming his life.
Yes, which is the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically talking about how he arrived and the Indians greeted him, and Cody's basically like, "Oh, you mean you took their land or whatever?" And this scene basically ends with Cody saying, "Hey, can I go to Rachel's for dinner tomorrow? They're hosting a Nazi." But she was trying to make a joke about the Pilgrims being
Yeah,
there.
reenacting.
Yeah. So with that scene, any no?
There was so Tate was like, I like Ethan, and
Yeah.
and the dad was like, see, Tate likes Ethan to Cody, and Cody goes, Tate also likes eating glue.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. The
It's
delivery was
He's
amazing.
Like, hey, I haven't done that since I was little. It's like, dude, you still are.
I love Tate. He's
Yeah,
super
Tate is
He's
really,
really
cute.
cute.
He's cute. I swear to God, I think that's the same kid from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
This isn't a Spider-Man podcast.
Well, I just
Is it? Are you saying when the rhino attacks the kid?
yes, at the end.
Spoilers.
It might be.
He just looks a little bigger in this one.
No one cares about Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. Wait, don't say that. People are gonna be fucking
Oh,
triggered.
sorry. I did. So now we get Cody back in her room. She's vaping out the window. So I guess her parents don't smell anything.
Yeah.
She hears like a thud or something, and she goes to investigate. She doesn't find anything. goes back to her window, and her boyfriend just grabs her hand.
Yo,
Which, how did you not see your boyfriend out the window? And why didn't he just call you for you? Because what if her dad would have been in her room?
that's true.
Well, he said when she gets scared, he's like, "I told you I was coming."
Okay, you could have texted me.
Yeah.
I'm here. Like a normal person.
Like, hey, I'm going to
technology-
scare you.
But technology is ruining their lives, so
I guess.
The whole point of the movie, Carlos. Come on.
He probably doesn't charge his phone.
me.
So here is basically Cody and Finn in the bed, and I love how she has a crucifix in her nightstand that opens and it has weed in it.
Yeah. Is it weed or does she keep? I think she
That's where
keeps
she
her
keeps her
pen.
pen.
That's where she keeps her pen.
Okay.
Which it could be weed.
Yeah, they don't. They're not really specific about it because they're just
I'm gonna
kinda
assume
like,
that's what it is because she's not supposed to be have it.
Yeah, because then there's a parallel between this scene that's going on and the mom talking to the dad downstairs, and
Yes.
she's like, "Do you think it's drugs?"
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And
This is where like the editing kind of
yeah,
gets a little
so
crazy.
We're cutting really fast back and forth. It's like Cody talking about Anna talking about Cody with the dad. Anna thinks it's drugs. Like, why doesn't Cody like her? And then Cody's like basically complaining about Anna, how she's controlling or whatever. And this ends with Cody hearing a noise again. And she tells Finn that she's going to go see what it is. Finn is like, don't worry about it. But she still goes. And she finds Ethan in Tate's room on his bed telling him stories, which is really fucking weird.
Flag.
Like you have this grown ass man with this little boy in his room.
Yeah.
Parents are not watching him. Like,
Not okay.
They don't
guys,
give a fuck. Like,
guys, have you not seen Abducted in Plain Sight? Like,
God, don't even bring that shit up. Oh my God, that whole show, man. But it's exactly like that. Like you have these strangers coming in, came in early. They're acting kind of weird, and you just have them with your kid, like in bed. I don't. What the fuck?
like watch your kids and keep these people away from your children. People, come on.
No.
Stranger danger, people.
Exactly. And Cody's like, cut the shit, Ethan, go to bed, or go to bed.
He's
Ethan,
like, I am in bed.
get the fuck out of his room.
Yeah, Cody throughout this movie is kind of the only one who sees these red flags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as soon as they walked in. Like she's not dumb. She's smart. She's a minor girl. So they walk out of the room and Ethan basically thanks Cody for opening her home to him.
Which he's doing it super creepy. He's like whispering to her, and he's like telling her his mission is to help families see all that they truly have, but he's whispering it.
Yeah, it's really
This is
fucking
very
creepy.
like mysterious.
I love
and
his voice though. His voice is so fucking awesome. Like he could read me a story before I go to bed. He can kill me after. I don't care.
Wait, so
Maybe that's what he was doing to Tate.
yeah.
Oh god. I feel like he was trying to convert Tate.
Yeah,
And
the
since
entire
he
time.
was the younger one, it was easy to like mastermind a kid.
Yeah.
Over the
Well,
adult.
which is why the adults shouldn't have left him alone with an adult in the first place.
So here we cut to Finn's house, Catherine's house. If we do find out that Catherine here, it's when we find out that Catherine and Finn are mother and daughter, or sorry,
Mother and daughter.
mother and son.
Yeah.
She's wishing she had a better house, a better life. You can they kind of show shots of like bills that are overdue. Her house is a bit of a mess, and we have Patience making her a herbal tea (quotation marks). And Catherine's basic. I guess she has withdrawals. She has like maybe drug, alcoholic.
She
Pass.
was smoking a lot. Like
Okay.
so I guess she's going through withdrawals. I think that's the extent of it. I don't think they
No,
mention
they don't
anything
really
more.
explain it.
But you can tell that's like Catherine is just kind of like my life is a fuck up.
yeah,
And
and she wished it was better.
Exactly. And then Patience the entire time is like, but you have all these beautiful things.
And
Like you
have
should
a
be
house,
more
a
grateful.
roof. Yeah.
And you start getting creepy vibes from Patience, and it's like she's really into the whole Pilgrim thing.
Yeah, it's like this movie's like be thankful for what you have, not for what you wish you have.
Yes. And then also Patience starts going into Ethan's backstory, and like you can tell she's got this obsession with Ethan.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like Ethan's a cult leader, and she's
the queen.
is she the queen?
No, I think she's just a follower because
Yeah.
well,
I think she's just
Catherine
very devoted.
Yeah, Catherine says, "Hey, are you? How did you get into the whole Pilgrim thing and the whole like theater thing?" And she's just like, "Ethan, you know, lost it all."
I feel like they're lovers.
Really?
Yeah, we'll explain later. But I think that maybe they're like lovers. That's why I just said queen. I'm not really sure they're king and queen, but I meant like lovers in a way.
Yeah, I just saw like Ethan, and then she's like, "Well, Ethan lost it all, and he did. He was so grateful for what he had, so you should be grateful for
Yeah.
what you have."
Yeah, and then it's like throughout the movie, this isn't the only scene where she's like, Ethan, oh my God,
Yeah,
Ethan.
she seems very obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So that scene basically ends, and we cut back to Cody coming home from school, I'm guessing, and they build a shed in her backyard. And I love how she takes a picture of the shed, texts Finn, and they have a before and after picture of what was there before and now the shed.
Yeah, just in case you forgot
Yeah,
what it
just
looked
in case
like.
what the backyard looked like. So we find Tate and Ethan in the kitchen. They went to pick berries, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And Cody's very upset because Anna basically let Ethan go with Tate alone, or Tate go with Ethan alone.
I mean, after what she saw, I would be
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
upset too.
And then Anna is like, he came back in one piece.
Yeah, like okay, that makes me feel any better.
Yeah, like your son may have come back in one piece, but other body parts may have been, touched.
Yeah,
Anna,
you don't know.
you don't know this man.
Ugh.
So here we establish that there's poison cherries,
Yeah, because
Jerusalem cherries.
Tate grabs like a berry and goes to put it in his
Mhm.
mouth, and Ethan like grabs his hand like kind of violently too,
Yeah.
and then goes, "No, don't eat the one with the green stems. Those are Jerusalem berries
Cherries.
or cherries. Those are poisonous."
Which is also like, why did you pick those then?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Winky, winky, you know.
And we also get the no cell phones now.
Yes.
So we established why they can't really call anyone for help later. This is when horror movies, do this. It's like
the
establish a
excuse.
no phone rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
it's
whole
like-
point is that they're kind of going back to the first Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
they throw around the word authenticity a lot.
Yes, and this is when they grab the mom's like, "Give me your phone. No more phones. We're gonna celebrate this properly."
yes, and they're basically transforming the house with candles, no light bulbs, no nothing. Everything very, very traditional.
Yep.
We cut to Tate outside,
Yeah.
and he finds like a sick crow, and he's putting rocks around it just so the ants don't get to him, which is very sweet.
Very sweet.
But don't touch the bird. It might have disease.
Hey, we had a bird, at one point. Sydney and I found a crow that didn't have an eye.
Well, it had one eye.
Yeah. And he was he was very sweet. What was it? Nevermore?
Yeah, we named it Nevermore.
Nevermore. He was sweet. Sydney taught him how to fly. He's probably dead. But I'll be honest.
Oh God. So Ethan comes out and basically like says, "Oh, you're a really good kid for that," like trying to save him. And he gives him a candy.
It's like one of those like salt taffies,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
he has like a whole pouch of it, and
Yeah,
he
which
like
is weird.
and they do like a
Well-
close up to it, and then like he gives him one.
When he says, "Oh, you're such a good kid," he says, "Such a kind act deserves a reward," and then it zooms into like his crotch area, and I was like,
Oh,
dick."
he just pulls out his fucking dick. It's like, here you go, here you go, little
Ew.
Timmy.
Ew. So he gives him one, and then he eats it, and then he asks for another.
Yeah.
And this is where Ethan kind of tries to teach him the value of being grateful for what you get.
Yeah, he tells him the story about the crow and the bird.
Yes.
And he tells them that, there was a crow that had found meat on the floor. So
Mhm.
he starts eating it. And then he notices that there's a bird with a mouse in his mouth.
Mhm.
So the crow tries to take it away from the bird, but
Yeah.
the bird was too fast and escapes. And when the crow just gives up, goes back to the meat,
Mhm.
it's gone. And he tells them, "So what did he have at the beginning of the story?" He's like, Tate goes, "Oh, he had his meat." And then at the end,
Oh my God, we're sorry, guys. We're sorry.
and then he said, "What did he have? What did he lose at the end?" He's like, "Well, he lost his meat."
Yeah.
And so he's pretty much just like, "You see,
Well-
like you're so smart, you're correct." And
Mhm. It's like be grateful for what you had. Don't
Exactly.
wish for more. Or
Yeah, and
go for
then
more.
Tate is like, "Well, does that mean that I don't get another candy?" And he was like, "Well, what does it mean if you don't get another candy?" And Tate's like, "Well, that means that I would have to be grateful for what I did get."
Mhm.
And then Ethan does this really creepy thing where he looks up to the sky and he goes, I didn't have to take everything away from this one to teach him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then Tate looks up too, like, who the fuck is this motherfucker talking to?
Which is like he's praying to like a god or a presence
probably,
or something.
He's praying to God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like a mystery. Like, are these people really here? You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
I thought they were there the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
And then
mhm.
that's when Ethan tells Tate to go back inside, and
Yeah.
Tate looks down at the bird and just fucking stomps on it, but then it zooms into his face and it looks like he fucking came.
Yeah, he's just like, ah!
Ethan, baby.
What did I say?
You said Tape hits the bird.
I
Or-
did?
Yeah, you said Tape.
Oh no,
Okay,
no,
let's just say that
Tate,
again.
no!
So Ethan tells Tate to go inside, and Tate does go
Yeah.
inside,
Yes.
but then Ethan takes and stomps on the bird's head and kills him.
I'm dyslexic, guys.
No, she really is.
Yeah,
Like, not
like,
even
legit.
a joke. So we cut now to a scene with Finn coming home, and we notice that he gets home and what does he do? He put his phone on the charger, which is like
Yeah.
technology is important and I need my phone. And he puts his keys, Jonathan, in a cup to know where they are all the
I
time.
am terrible with that.
Well, it was funny because while we were watching it, he puts his phone on the charger and Jonathan goes, see, that's what an adult does. And then he puts his keys in like this
Like a
little
bowl.
glass bowl and Carlos goes, and that's what adults do, Jonathan.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
all right.
Sorry, I'm
Fair.
very organized, so I always make sure my phone has battery and my keys I know where they are. You two, get it together.
Hey, at least I know where my keys are all the
Okay,
time.
at least
charge
my
your
phone is
phone.
charged.
And you
I know
always,
where my chargers are.
So he comes home and he's looking for his mom.
Yeah,
And as he's looking for his mom, you hear this
like
thudding
thuds,
noise.
like loud.
Yeah, and it starts to get louder the closer he goes, the more closer he goes upstairs and starts going upstairs to his mom's room. And he walks into his mom's room and the thudding's really fast too.
Mhm.
And he finds Patience and you think she's churning butter because that's what she like the old days. And when when they show her from the front, it is a butter churner thing,
Yeah.
but it has blood all over it.
Yeah, she has like in her hand, so we don't know
if
if
her
it's
hands are
like
blistered
exactly.
and bleeding a lot, or she put somebody in there or something and she's killing them.
She going ham
But
because
she's going fast, like
she must be real good at other things. I'm
Oh,
just
God.
saying.
Oh, God.
Excuse me?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just talking it how it is, you know. But so we don't know if all that blood was coming from the
yeah.
Turner or if it was coming from her hands. But it was like a fuck ton of blood.
Yeah.
But
here's why we don't know, because Finn kind of like freaks out because he notices it and
Yeah.
walks away from the room. closes the
amazing
door.
acting, by the way. He just gotta.
God.
It was
And then
fantastic.
in the next room or the bathroom, he finds his mom on the floor knocked out, and you see the cup from the tea on the floor as well. And
She's bloody, but she doesn't have any parts missing or
Yeah,
anything. Like,
so-
there's nothing not Constance, Patience would have put in the butter churner to make that all bloody.
unless she took something from her and we don't, because she's laying on her side, but we really don't see anything.
Well,
Mm.
she has
dramatically.
both of her. She has all of
Yeah.
her limbs. Her face looked fine. She looked like she might have gotten hit on the head, maybe.
Yeah,
But we don't get to see like why she's doing the whole butter
yeah.
turning.
I didn't
know.
I
get
think it's just
that.
supposed to be creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Finn basically tries to run out, and this random pilgrim just grabs him, and it cuts there.
Yeah, it just completely cuts, and it cuts back to
Cody.
Cody's house.
Yeah. And Cody's looking for Tate,
Mhm.
and so here we go again. She finds Tate in the shed with Ethan all by himself. Again, creepy.
So fucking weird.
Yeah,
And-
and then he's talking about like some
Religion,
religion.
yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it is, but he's just like, "Oh, you're forcing your religion on a 6-year-old,
8-year-old.
8-year-old." Yeah, and then he's like, "Yeah," and he's just like, "Oh, why do you find that so offensive or whatever?"
And then he mentions how she has like a crucifix in her drawer, in her nightstand, and she's like, "Oh, you've been in my room," which
Yeah,
another red
already.
flag.
And he's just like, "I hear noises and voices in there in the middle of the night."
And Ethan's basically telling her that she's gonna appreciate or she's gonna learn to appreciate
Yeah.
life or whatever. And Cody basically is creeped out, so she runs to her dad concerned, and her dad is basically getting high with all these pilgrims in his office.
Yo, it legit is. It feels like they're just smoking weed, like
Yeah.
with a gang of pilgrims. What
'Cause-
if this is just a hallucination? There was nobody there,
Well,
and the
yeah.
pilgrims. It's just him high as fuck.
Well, yeah,
my
the
God.
camera's a little. To me, the camera looks a little distorted too when the scene is happening.
Yeah.
And he's not listening to her. He's
No.
just like, oh, they're building me an office in my garage. They're gonna stay here longer. And Cody's like, what the fuck? And he's not listening to her. And so they basically just push her out of the office and they close the door behind her.
Yeah.
And now we get Anna coming in to Cody's room, and she's telling her the bad news that Catherine and Finn went away.
Yeah, she just like appears and she's like, yeah, I don't know. She went into one of her benders and she
just
just
drove
they never
away.
came back or whatever.
Yeah, which Cody's like, no, because Finn would have
Yeah,
told me.
Exactly.
And now Patience is right behind her, like, oh, like she's staying with us now.
But remember, Cody doesn't have her phone with her, so she
Yeah.
doesn't know. So
No,
there's
yeah.
no way of how they could communicate, I guess.
If I was a good boyfriend, I would have went to her house and told her, hey, my mom's on a bender and she's making me leave with her.
But they were there, like they were together like the night before.
No, they were. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like something would have.
Happened, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I would say that when he does get home, his phone's dead because when he puts it on the charger, the battery's red. So I think it's like telling us that he couldn't have texted her either because his phone was already dead.
Yeah, maybe.
So Cody doesn't believe anything. She thinks everything's bullshit. So she basically said, "I'm gonna go to their house and find out."
Yeah.
So we cut to the kitchen scene, and it's all the Pilgrim women and Anna, and they're like basically cutting vegetables.
Yeah.
And the knife is like zoomed in on the carrots.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool because it's like half of the frame is like the knife cutting, like chopping violently some carrots, and then like you see like the mom's head like kind of floating on top of the knife. It looked kind of cool.
And this is when Anna's like starting to become suspicious of everybody, and she's kind of like not freaking out, like showing them that she's freaking out, but she's suspicious, and she starts looking for Tate, and she can't find him, so she goes to the dad in his office, and she's saying, "Hey, I'm worried. I can't find the kids."
Yeah.
And the dad's like not worried at first, but then
He's like, I'm looking at my stocks.
yeah, like, fucking annoying. So then she kind of like pushes on him, like, "Hey, I'm freaking like this is a
not
red flag.
okay.
It's not
Yeah.
okay. Let's look for the kids and let's get the fuck out of here." So as they're coming out of the office, they basically get ambushed by Ethan and Patience, and they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna run to the store. We're gonna take the kids with us." And Ethan and Patience are like, "No, the kids can stay. You guys can go."
Well, he goes, "Where are my kids?" Because they can't find them anywhere, and he's just like, "They're safe." And Shane and Anna's just like, "No, where are my kids?"
Yeah.
And Patience just goes, "He said it, they were safe. Is
What's
that
the problem?
Exactly. What's the problem?"
And then all these pilgrims just show up in their hallway, and it just cuts to black.
Yeah, which I'm like, yo, take them on. Like,
Oh,
screw
I
up.
would have started swinging.
Like, what's up, bitch? Pop, pop, pop.
I would have been screaming at them.
Yeah, what? They just kind of like went, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
I could have took them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, there was a lot of pilgrims there.
Oh, I would have grabbed whatever I could grab. I would have started swinging.
Run the other way. Jump out a window.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? No, we're trying to fight. No escaping.
No, I'm just saying get to your kids.
Oh, I guess that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
But Tate was hiding, and this is when Cody went to Finn's house.
Yeah.
So now we cut to Cody at Finn's house, and she's looking for him, and she walks in the house,
And she notices like there's like a puddle of like blood or something on the floor, but
and
it's
turns out to
revealed
be jam.
it's just jam, which is fantastic. Cause didn't you write on your notes like,
I started writing blood, and I
yeah,
was
I
like,
did too.
Oh, it's jam. Yeah.
I put blood on the floor. Never mind, jam.
but then all of a sudden,
And then she turns around and a pantry door opens and
Finn.
Finn's dead body falls out of
Yeah.
out of the pantry.
With his neck sliced.
Yeah, and at first you're like, "Oh my god," but then it turns funny.
Yeah, because it keeps cutting to like him falling.
Yeah,
oh
they
yeah,
they
it
do
does
an
a triple
instant-
take.
Yeah.
Like what? Like we have a instant replay on that,
Yeah.
and then he just keeps falling. Like
Yeah.
what?
It looks like one of those videos. It's like, oh my girl, and it's like him falling. The Gwen Stefani thing. Yeah. Oh,
Can we make that
we
video?
can
we
probably
should
make that.
make it. So it cuts there, and then now we get that Ethan basically and all the pilgrims have the parents on these traps. Do you guys know the name of those?
I looked it up and it's pillory. I think it's pillory.
Okay,
And
it's
like
basically
one
when
of
they
those
have your
torture
hands,
devices
your hands and your neck like
locked
locked
on
in
like
these
a
two
pile.
woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's what they used in the medieval days,
The
where
medieval.
like what?
You said medieval?
She just wanted to insinuate the evil part.
The medieval days when like for torture they would put people on these things all day, and then people would buy like rotten vegetables and throw them at them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's horrible.
it's-
Girl, I would have
yeah.
gotten out of those and started swinging on everybody again. I don't care. Put me back on there.
Yo, seriously. And then so they have them in there,
Mhm.
and they're pretty much just telling them that they don't know true appreciation.
Yep.
And they start whipping them. If I'm not
Whipping them,
mistaken,
and they start like burning them with
Like
A brand.
like a
Yeah.
brand, yeah.
Mhm.
And it was like a letter B, right?
Yeah,
Mhm,
which
is
I didn't
weird.
know what it stood for.
Yeah. Again, this is probably like some like pilgrim
Yeah.
like meaning to it, maybe.
Well, I know that they used to brand cows with that, and like
Yeah, but it was like
every symbol would be like a different kind of group of
Mhm.
cows. So maybe it was just like their group of cows had the B. I don't know.
But did you notice that the only one that was getting whipped was the dad, and the only one that was getting burned was the mom or the stepmom?
Hmm.
but oh, that's true cuz
Mhm.
yeah, that's very true.
It was
I
very
didn't
like
even notice
separated.
that.
Like dad got whipped, she got like hinged.
Hmm.
Damn. Maybe because he smoked weed with the pilgrim, so they're like, "Oh, he's kind of cool."
And they were
Oh,
like, "You're a
God.
bitch."
I just don't know.
Oh,
Oh, B for
letter
B.
B.
Yeah, I just don't know which one would hurt more.
Burning. I feel like I
I
don't
feel
know,
like
man.
the burning would hurt more like long term.
I mean, yeah, because I get whipped like sometimes,
What?
Oh, yeah?
and yeah,
By who?
you duh.
I don't
When?
even know. I don't even
Sorry,
know
I thought you
this.
were gonna continue the joke.
No, now I'm just concerned. Who else is whipping you?
Me.
Okay, that's
Carlos.
fine.
No, but so it cuts, and Cody's coming home now.
Wait. So before it cuts, Ethan looks up to the sky again and goes, "Yes, I please thee."
Yeah, and he looks like he's coming out. Like
He's
coming
hitting.
while he's doing
He
this.
He's getting a
does.
lot of
And
pleasure.
I'm like, "Who are you pleasing yourself?"
Yeah,
I
duh.
mean, they had no other way. So Cody comes home, and basically her house has been taken over by these pilgrims, and she goes round back the house.
Yeah.
She finds the dad and the stepmom on the trap. She lets them out, and I really, really love this scene.
Yeah,
And this
it's
is
pretty
why,
badass.
because the builder comes out.
Yeah, the
huge
builder, which-
motherfucker looking like the Big Show.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
fucking gigantic, thick
Mhm.
voice, like crazy.
And I specifically love this scene because from the beginning of the movie, this family is dysfunctional. They don't get along.
Mhm.
But here they're working as a family, and they're working as a team to basically kill
To
this
kill
guy.
him.
Yo, they
And
fucking murdered
They
his
start
ass.
jumping on him and swinging and all that, and I love this.
It takes all three of
Yeah,
them too.
and
Yeah.
then each of them grab a weapon, and this is what I love because each of them grab a weapon, and they kind of show the weapon going up in the air, each
Yeah.
one, and then down.
It's like you see like them separately going
Yeah.
up and then they come down, which I really love
And they
because
repeated it.
it's like Evil Dead kind of
Yeah.
like editing where it's just,
Yeah.
all you see is the weapons going up and down,
Mhm.
and they're just killing this dude, this fucking gigantic motherfucker.
And I love this because the dad this is the line the dad is like, did we just murder as a family? And I'm like, yes. And I just love it because they're working together. Like they're starting to be thankful for each other. I feel, and I appreciate that they have each other
Yeah.
in this hard situation. So they hide the body,
Yeah.
and the stepmom and the dad climb up through the window because Cody tells them, "Oh, my window's open. You can sneak through there."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I would have been like, Cody, what do you mean? What were you doing?
You slut? Like what?
Yeah, and then as they're climbing up the trellis, the mom goes up first,
Yes.
and then Shane is like, "You got this," and she like stops, turns back around, and goes, "Yeah, no shit, I got this."
The mom is a bad bitch. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Like the rest of the movie, she's fucking great.
So the stepmom makes it through the window, but
Yeah.
then when the dad gets up, you're thinking he's gonna make it, but all fucking nowhere, a knife just stabs his hand on the side of the window,
Oh,
and it's
like
Ethan.
it's like right in between like his
Yup.
fingers.
Oh.
Oh my god! Like
And-
in the window too.
Yup. And
Guys, I cannot handle hand stuff. Like the moment that a hand is like mangled or anything, that's when I peace out usually.
Yeah, like the whole time she had like her eyes closed and she's
Ugh.
like trying to get through this because
Yeah.
it's kind of cringe.
and then Ethan doesn't take out the knife, pushes him, so his hand basically gets sliced open.
Mm.
Sorry, and he falls basically back down to the ground.
Yep,
And this is when Patient just shows up with an axe and finishes him off.
dude. Like
So dad dies.
she's also another bad bitch. She just grabs that axe and goes, "Hey, Shane, can I ask you a question?"
Oh no.
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 Can you edit that out?
Yeah, I'll edit it out.
But I have a question here.
Okay.
Where's her bunny mask?
Oh, the Huntress. Dead by
Guys.
Daylight reference.
She might be a pilgrim.
That's true. Yeah, maybe.
And then Cody goes. She's gonna try to go through the front of the house, but she gets basically jumped by all these pilgrim people, and it
Yeah.
cuts to black.
Yep.
And guys, this is where you know it gets interesting because I stopped writing here.
Yeah, I was like, your notes are like so.
I always want to stop
Small.
writing when it starts getting good, but it's like I'm gonna forget by the time
Yeah.
it's recorded. So here we basically get Anna and Cody are basically caught. They're both sitting right across from each other on chairs, and Anna's getting the Pamela Voorhees treatment by Patience. where she's
Listen to our
getting-
last episode if you
Yeah.
haven't.
She's getting the shit slapped out of her by Patience.
Yo, like heavy too,
Yup.
like heavy-handed slaps on her face.
And-
I think at one point there is like an actual smack. Like I feel like she actually made contact in the
Probably.
movie because if I felt it.
Yeah. And Cody basically tells her to stop. Like, and I love this because Cody didn't like her stepmom in the beginning, and now you're trying to see that she's protective of her.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, no, I can slap her, but you can't. I'm just kidding. She
I
never
mean,
slaps her.
same. And so Cody basically, Ethan tells her, "Oh, you're gonna be grateful for what you have," basically, and they turn her. She's like on a seesaw.
Yeah, it's like this giant, like it's
Mhm.
like she's attached to this like giant crane almost.
Yeah, but she's like it's on a chair.
yeah,
And they basically turn it over towards the pool,
Yeah.
and they start dunking her in and out. And Ethan is like, "Are you grateful?" And she's saying yes, but he's still dunking her in.
yeah, because you can tell that she's just saying yes for them to stop
Yeah, and you think that he's gonna kill her off here because he leaves her underwater for
for
a while. And then the last one, he goes up and he says, "Are you grateful?" And she doesn't.
She doesn't say anything. She
no.
just coughs like
Mhm.
water,
And he's like, "Okay," and he stops.
yeah.
And we
Yeah.
cut back to them and now sitting at the kitchen. And
Well, before we cut, he goes, it's in near death experiences that we become grateful for what we have.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's
She-
true. That's true.
This is just Saw, but
Yeah,
Thanksgiving edition.
pretty much. And he's just trying to show them like be thankful for the things you have.
Yeah.
So now we cut to them inside the house, and they're in the kitchen, and Anna's chucking corn, Cody's smashing berries
Yeah.
in like a pot thing. And
Yeah, I don't even know what that's
It's
called. You're the cooking expert.
Something in mortar. Crever and mortar. No, that's not the right name.
basically
well.
what we use to smash plantains.
Yeah.
So basically Ethan is making Cody like trying to make her be grateful for her dad and Anna.
Mm-hmm.
And he also wants Anna to confess, and Anna doesn't feel like she needs to.
Yeah, so because Cody just goes, yes, I appreciate that. He provides for us. He does everything for us. And Anna, you've taken care of us. You've done everything possible for us. And that we haven't really appreciated that.
And that you guys gave us, and they both gave us Tate.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then this is when Ethan goes up to Anna and goes, "Oh, and are you grateful?" And she's like, "No, like I always been grateful of them. They haven't shown me appreciation." And she just kind of very prideful, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where Ethan grabs a knife and like puts it right next to her neck, like she's about to kill her.
But it also is true that like the whole reason that she called them there was that she wanted them to understand like that they were a family and you know be closer.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was her point, and it's back. It's basically the wish. It's backfiring on her,
Yeah.
because which is basically what Cody wished for.
Yeah, that's true.
So she ends up confessing that she does love them and that she never really took them for granted.
Yeah.
And
And Ethan's just kind of like, just bring me a bowl to catch the blood. And
Yeah.
they're all kind of busy grabbing the bowl.
and this is when Cody grabs. Is it a screwdriver?
No, it's ice picker.
Okay, sorry, it looked like a screwdriver. She grabs an ice.
They just have it on the table.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. She grabs a screwdriver and basically
Ice
stabs.
picker.
She grabs a stick of metal. She grabs an ice pick and she stabs Patience's hand right through her
Fucking
head.
dome.
And Patience like, ugh.
Yo, it's fucking violent
Yeah.
too. Oh my god.
And I love this because Anna grabs like salt and throws it into the fire.
Into like it's like a candle that's just sitting
like
there.
a candle, and the fire basically like explodes in a way, and you can see her reaction like she was not expecting that
she's
in the
like, oh
movie.
shit.
Yeah. And Cody starts running looking for Tate, and Ethan is fucking pissed. And she finds Tate in the dad's office.
Yeah.
In the closet.
Yeah, he's hiding in the closet.
Mhm.
Which I don't know if he's was hiding there the entire time or if they put him in there.
I think he was in the kitchen and earlier, and then you see him running towards the office real quick in this scene.
Okay.
It's a really quick thing.
Okay.
I
must have been writing or something because I completely missed it.
And guys, it wasn't salt, it was flour. It was flour.
So it was flour. Okay.
It was because flour is flammable.
Oh,
Salt isn't?
I guess not.
Okay, I didn't know that. Science.
Mm-hmm.
Science, bitch.
I just looked it up.
So Cody can't find a way out. All these pilgrims are basically surrounding her and surrounding the office outside also. So she puts Tate back in the closet and tells him, I'll be right back. Don't move. Stay here. And she basically gets tackled down again and caught
Yeah.
by the pilgrim.
Which yeah, they kind of just pop up out of nowhere behind you,
Always,
and then it's
yeah.
just when the plot needs that pilgrim, they just kind of put him in
Yeah.
there.
Which is why I feel like maybe there's something supernatural about this.
Okay, so actually, I was thinking about this earlier, but I thought it was kind of random to bring up at the time. What if that shed that he built in the outhouse, like in the backyard, was like a portal?
A portal to like the pilgrim world.
Yeah,
That's true because they never came over.
They
until
didn't
then.
come
Like a
until that
time
was
machine.
done.
Well,
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
always
that's
glowing
true.
red, and nobody's ever in there except for Ethan or like a
And
pilgrim
the
coming
only two
out.
that show up is Ethan and Patience.
Mhm.
Yo, that's
and then
interesting.
the other ones just kind of appear.
And he was the only one bringing supplies to the backyard. And then out of nowhere, a builder show up.
Mhm.
That's
And the
very
shed was already
true.
there when the
Huh.
builder showed up.
That's interesting.
Which is why I think it's like a supernatural thing, the wish that she did. It's a, yeah.
okay. I can. That is interesting. I didn't even.
Which is
I didn't
why I
even
feel like
catch
when the
that.
pilgrims are around, the camera's either distorted or very weird.
Well,
Ooh, another thing that we forgot to mention earlier is that when Cody starts getting super suspicious of Ethan, she looks up the ad to try and find it on Facebook again because that's where her mom had found it, and it is nowhere to be found.
oh.
So
Oh,
maybe
shit.
like before the wish, it was actually gonna be like a nice actual fake pilgrim dinner.
And then I have something also to say about the wishbone.
Mhm.
Wishbones are usually a Thanksgiving thing, but since they were having the pilgrims over for Thanksgiving, why were they doing the wishbone before?
I think-
which is bad luck.
Yeah,
That they probably did it before, and this is why it probably happened.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know the superstitions, but I'm assuming I learned that when you do things before they're actually of the event, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like birthdays.
I think they were just kind of like, since they're already talking about it, so they're just like, hey, let's just kind of start it off.
I feel like they did it to calm the argument that was happening in the beginning
Exactly.
down.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But like, it's probably. I mean, I don't know a lot about superstitions, but I always heard that if you it's like your birthday. If you celebrate it before your actual birthday, it's bad luck.
I've never heard that one before.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever done the wishbone thing?
No.
No.
So actually what you have to do is let the wishbone dry for a few days. Like you can't do it right after you eat the bird.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah, because
that.
it felt like it would be moist, right?
would be hard.
Yeah, it would be no, it would be moist.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you have to let it dry so that it's brittle. So when you pull it, it actually breaks.
Okay, yeah, because they kind of they just tear that shit apart like it's nothing.
Cody and
Yeah.
Tay are really strong.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe they just have super strength.
We cut to Ethan and Anna at the dinner table.
Yeah.
And Ethan is basically explaining to her like the olden days again, and telling her how back in the day, if you even stole a loaf of bread, it would be a death sentence.
Yeah.
And here's when they bring Cody back because she got caught as well. And
Yeah.
by the way, Anna is tied up and Cody gets tied up
Yes.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And all the pilgrims are basically surrounding the table. And this is when they all sit down and basically start eating dinner.
Yeah, they're having the Thanksgiving dinner finally.
Right. And Ethan, as they're bringing out the plates, the platters, Ethan starts going on and on about how the father really provided for the family, and he has this whole speech about the dad providing, so we're over here like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh
it's
no,
not
oh no.
happening. It's not happening.
And so then he's like, and so tonight he provides for us dinner, and pulls off the metal dome thing on
Yeah.
top of the platter, and it's the dad's head.
Which is fucking awesome because you can tell it's like a hole on the table and he just poked his head
Yeah.
out. It's fucking amazing.
Imagine he started talking.
What the fuck is happening?
Like, oh, here, you guys here to eat me?
I do not consent to this.
Yeah.
But there's a second platter, and when that one's revealed, it's basically his body, and it's been baked in the oven.
Yeah, it looks like a turkey. Like it's
Yeah.
supposed to be the turkey.
Right.
And Ethan basically says we can start eating dinner, and they start eating the dad's body, like the pilgrims.
Yeah, they're just a group of cannibals.
Yup.
And-
They eat him like savagely
Ugh,
too.
they're going like they're like
Yeah.
stuffing their hands inside of his chest.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
and
And
just
you see the guts coming
Ugh.
out, and like it's basically this whole montage of like close-ups of their mouths just eating
Mhm.
food, and the dad
and like
and all this.
the jam that they made is
Yup.
like dripping out of their
Which
mouths.
I feel like
and-
it's like showing like it's blood because they're eating a body.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Ugh.
it's like showing us all this is like, yeah.
it's fucking odd. This scene is
Mhm.
kind of cool. Like it
Yeah.
freaked me out a lot.
Yup.
It was really well made.
But here we get. Do they hear a noise and Ethan sends patients to go look for what it is?
I think so
Or
because
he
I
sends her to the kitchen to go
No.
get something, and then she hears a noise.
Yeah, I think she just hears a noise and goes to investigate.
Okay, and we find out that the cherries from earlier, Cody threw them into the
Well,
thing she was smashing.
Well,
so this is where Ethan looks at Cody and tells her like, is there like something that you want to be thankful for?
Mhm.
And I think that's something what he says along the lines. And Cody just says that you're getting fucked, and
Yeah.
everyone just starts fucking puking blood, like
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
And it's
Ugh.
super dramatic, like the kind of like The Exorcist in a way.
yeah, like water hose, blood.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's so nasty.
And it shows like a little fast or rewind that she threw the poison berries into the jam.
Yes,
Mhm.
she like grabs them, took the
Jerusalem
stem.
cherries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she took the stems out because it's
Mhm.
like important that those are the ones with the green stem.
Yeah.
And she took them out and started putting them into the jam that they were making,
Right.
and then threw away the
And
stems.
So she poisoned all the pilgrims. They're basically kind of dying.
Yeah,
And we get patients looking for Tate also throughout the house.
Yeah, and when Ethan realizes that the jam was poisoned by her, she or he like starts like trying to throw them up, but it's like, bro, it's too late.
Yeah,
you're
And
already
he
throwing
still-
up blood.
He still like sticks his fingers in and starts throwing up very dramatically on top of this poor guy on the floor who's also dying. And it's fucking gross.
yeah. I looked and I'm like, wait, is that even a thing? Can you like just throw up poison like right away?
I think that it's just too late once you're already throwing up blood.
Yeah, a little too late.
And we have patients about to find Tate, and then Ethan's also calling for her, like, "Hey, we've been poisoned." Like,
Like
kind of
trying
like,
to let her know.
yeah, like throw up before it gets to you, but it was already too late.
Yeah, she
I-
throws up blood.
I feel like it gets to her worse than anybody else because she starts like tearing up blood. It's coming
Yeah.
out of her
Yeah.
eyes and ears.
Because
It's
I think
gross.
she tries to make herself throw up, but
Yeah.
she continues to like just blood everywhere.
Yep.
Like
It's like
every
a
orifice.
giant, yeah.
You think it's coming out of your pussy too?
Ew.
Ah, ugh. No, it wasn't the time of the month actually.
All right.
So she falls to the ground. We think she's dead, and Tate comes out of the little hiding spot he was in, and
Which she was so close to finding him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
if
literally.
it hadn't,
2 feet.
yeah, no, she was about to open the door that he was
Mhm.
hiding in. But if she hadn't started throwing up right then and there, she would have gotten to him.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though she would have probably threw up on him if she would have found him.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I love the kid's reaction, Tate's reaction, while there's like blood kind of falling inside
Oh,
of where he's hiding,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he's just kind of like making these faces, like, "What is happening? Oh my god!" Like he has the best reactions.
Yes.
Um.
Oh my god, just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes over to the dining room and finds basically the whole shabam.
Yeah.
And Cody's like, "It's okay. Come untie me. It's okay. You're fine."
Just don't look, just don't
Cody.
look.
Yeah. He unties Cody. He unties Cody, and then he sees his dad's head, and he's like, "Is that dad?"
And then he throws up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he really throws up, which I love that he actually threw up, like
Yeah.
regular throw up.
Yeah.
With all this bloody
Look.
puke everywhere.
And he unties Anna, and Cody basically grabs a knife and goes for Ethan, like she don't give a fuck.
No, hell no.
Mhm.
Like fuck it, she's tired of this shit.
Okay, and then this is the part where I was like, okay, maybe the feet are important because now she's wearing his shoes.
Well, they dressed them up as pilgrim or is
Yeah.
it pilgrims or
Oh, they
'cause-
did?
Yeah, because when the Shane and Anna are tied up on the trap machine thingy, they're dressed up like that
Oh,
too.
that's right.
Mhm.
Okay, I missed that. Okay.
You're just
But
really
I,
into
no,
feet.
but, no, but I
Maybe.
like that because it's like the pilgrims were gonna kill them, but now they're killing the pilgrims, so they're in their
Yes.
shoes now.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. Does Ethan just decide to throw himself out the window here?
No-
Basically, so
Because it cuts to him falling out of like jumping or like coming out
yeah,
of like
so
the
he
window.
falls down because he's been poisoned,
Mhm.
and she's basically like she's coming at him.
with
I
a
think
knife.
they're
But she's
talking.
slowly walking at.
Yeah, I
towards
think they're
him.
talking, right?
Mhm.
And she says something along the lines of like, "This is where you die," or something
Yeah.
like that. And so he's like, "No," and he like
Okay,
tries
so he
to go
chucks
through
himself
the.
like out of like a balcony window. Like
Was it a
it's like a
balcony
door.
window?
It's like a glass door because it's pretty big.
Yeah, I thought it was just
Mhm.
like the patio doors.
Yeah, but it's glass basically, and it's wood and
Yes.
it's wooded up. And he
Yes.
jumps out of there. He falls over on the patio,
Yeah.
backyard, and then we get the Bad Girls Club season 2 fight, which is Anna versus Patience.
Yo, Patience comes out of fucking nowhere. This bitch
Yup.
doesn't die.
No.
She got
No.
stabbed in the fucking brain.
Yeah,
She doesn't
takes
die.
it off.
which
like
I feel
nothing.
like this is why they're supernatural.
Yeah, and then she throws up the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Blood comes out of every orifices, her eyes, her ears, her pussy, everything.
Ew.
And then she comes up and just jumps on her,
Yeah,
and they're
she
fighting.
just starts swinging. Tate is like, "Oh my god, my mom, like, oh my god."
Oh,
And
yeah, he's making
I
these
Yes, so-
fucking love that Anna grabs the dad's head and starts fucking slapping Patience with the dad's head. Like, oh, it's so good.
So they're fighting, and every now and then it'll cut to Tate, who's like hiding behind a wall, like looking, and it's just his facial reactions is like, "Oh."
like, ooh, ow,
Yeah.
oh no, like, oh my god,
And then finally, when Anna stabs Patience
like right in the fucking throat,
right in the
too.
But
throat.
hold on. But okay. So first she grabs like a turkey baster, and I'm like, oh, she gonna stab her with a turkey baster, probably like squeeze it, and her guts will come through it because it's fucking huge.
That would have been
Oh.
cool.
It's huge.
Yeah, turkey basters are fucking
But
giant.
like Patience grabs her turkey baster hand, but then Anna grabs a knife and just stabs her there and kills her.
Yeah, right in the
Right.
fucking throat. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the kid again, Tate, and he just like slowly puts up a thumbs up, like, good
Like,
job, I
good
guess.
job.
Good
You
job,
killed that
Mom.
lady.
Yeah. And we get Cody basically fucking Ethan up in a sense. Anna shows up outside
Mhm.
with her, and now it's the fight. And I love this because, like, again, before they didn't get along. They kind of Cody didn't like Anna, but now it's like we're together. We're working as a team. I do love you. Let's do this.
And Cody's got like the rage of God in her eyes.
Oh yeah, I love it.
She's so fucking
I
over this
love it.
shit.
And Anna says, basically, is she hitting Ethan or kicking him?
I don't think she's doing anything. I think
She's just yelling at him from
Okay,
far. And
yeah.
she's kind of blocking Tate from coming
Okay, because
closer.
she's like, that's for my husband, that's for my children.
Oh no,
that's
she
for
is
my
actually
house.
hitting him. She
Okay,
is hitting him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was surprised they were doing all of this in front of Tate.
At the moment, I don't care if my child is looking. I'm gonna kill this man because he tried to rape you. So give me a second.
That's true.
So
This
yeah,
is what I'll do to your bullies too.
yeah. So she goes, that's for my husband, that's for my children, that's for my house. Cody picks up an axe, looks at him in the eyes, and says, "Happy Thanksgiving." And basically, we assume that she hits him right in the head.
Yep, axes him right in the face.
They also ask him why he does it, but I feel like he was very clear the entire movie about why he was doing it.
Yep.
Well-
I think he mentioned it a million
Well,
times.
Yeah.
here's where they showed that he was holding the wishbone.
Oh, wishbone.
Oh yes.
Which I still don't get it.
Well, he was like,
This is-
"Isn't this what you wished for?"
Yes.
And then he dies, and it goes to
It
the
shows
wishbone.
the wishbone in his hand.
I
which
didn't
is-
even hear that.
Yes, which is why I'm like, they're here, but this is probably like a supernatural thing that happened
Oh
that
shit.
she wished for. And I'm just gonna take a theory and say that since they did it before Thanksgiving, it gave them bad luck and her wish came true.
Oh.
I don't think that.
I'm gonna think that.
I don't- I don't
I've
think-
always heard that. Like, don't ever celebrate anything before the actual.
Well, I don't think that doing the wishbone is necessarily a Thanksgiving thing. I think it's just a turkey thing.
Okay.
But I don't see why they would have been eating turkey before Thanksgiving and then
Maybe-
again
maybe
on
it was another
Thanksgiving.
bird.
Maybe, but that's weird. Anyways, I do think that you're probably right along the lines of maybe was an actual Pilgrim reenactment, and then when she made that wish that it all blew up in the
Mhm.
mom's face, that's when everything
They
went
came
to
from
shit.
another realm or
Yeah, or
Yeah.
something.
wherever, or
I-
time traveled through the shed.
Yeah, I do like that with the shed because I looked at the shed and I'm like the light coming out of it, like the red light. I was like, yo, that's actually kind of cool. It
And
looks
why
kinda
would
crazy.
and why would they have a light if they didn't have electricity in those days?
Ooh,
That's
That's true.
true.
And then
Mhm.
also, if that's not the case, then what's the point of having the shed in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
What was the point of it?
Interesting. I feel like there's a lot of layers to the movie,
And
which
this is why I'm like, this movie's very mysterious. We really
Yeah.
don't know where they came from or why. I mean, we know the why she wished it, but where they came from.
Yeah. It's fun to theorize.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
guys,
s-
don't ever make a wish before Thanksgiving
Yeah.
on
yeah,
a wishbone.
and just don't make a negative wish. Just be positive. Just wish
Yeah.
for money, like every other fucking person.
My mom
Like,
always used to tell me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I don't know why I made her country. She's
yeah,
not
I,
country.
I was like, wow.
And my
okay.
mom always used to tell me, if someone hits you, hit them back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Your mama's wild.
My mom was the opposite. She was like, if somebody hits you, just kill him with kindness.
Just turn the other cheek.
My mom said, make them bleed.
Oh shit. Okay, so now I get it because I didn't even. I think just because I was writing, I wasn't paying
Yeah.
more attention to that. I didn't even hear this. Isn't this what you wish for?
Yeah, and
So, okay.
and then they showed him he was holding the wishbone.
I
Okay.
think at one point Tate also says, Cody, what did you wish for?
Yeah,
When
because
she finds
it's
him
when
in the closet and he's like freaking out.
yeah, because this is when you start seeing that shit is going down.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just it's more to remind us of what she dreamed or what
That's
she
true.
wished for.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
That was Pilgrim.
Pilgrim. Again, it's on Hulu.
Yep. It's
you guys wanna watch it.
Into the Dark is the TV show. You have to look Into the Dark and then
Okay.
Pilgrim, which I think it's either season 1 or 2.
All right, guys, you ready to get into segments?
Yes.
Let's get it.
All right. Carlos, marry, fuck, kill.
Ooh, go.
I'm gonna fuck the dad just cause
Ew.
I know, but I mean it's a quick fuck. It's
He's
fine.
gonna be too busy in stocks.
What if he's like looking at the stocks while he's fucking you?
That's fine. I mean, just pay me.
Oh, yes, they went up 5 cents. What if he can only come because the stocks went up?
That's true. They might.
Well,
They might
hopefully they
get
go
off.
up fast. I'm gonna. I'm gonna kill Ethan because he's evil.
Yeah.
Actually, let's rewind.
Yeah.
I'll fuck Ethan because he has a sexy voice,
Yeah. He does
even
have a
though he's
sexy
weird
voice.
in a Pilgrim. But I mean,
Mm.
it's one night. It's fine. I'll forget the next day.
He's like, are you grateful that you're taking
Yeah,
this?
I'll
Are you
marry
grateful?
I'll marry the dad because he has money and he supports for his family.
Yeah.
So,
yes, that's true.
Sugar daddy,
That's a good point.
right? Thanks. And I'm just gonna kill Patience. I did not like Patience.
Patience, yeah,
She's a
I see
bitch.
that. Yeah, she's a straight
Like-
bitch.
Like
She was a bad
her
bitch.
face
though.
bothered me.
She was always mad.
Yeah, like it's like me. Always in the angry face. Like
That's true.
what's my problem all the time?
I know your problem.
Yeah.
All right, Sydney.
Fuck. You took mine. I want it to be different though. Okay, so I would. That's hard. I think I would fuck Patience because she's a bad bitch. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, you think so? Is that what you really think, or are you just saying that to be different?
No. I was actually gonna say that, and then I was gonna say I was gonna marry the dad because
Okay.
then I don't really have to pay attention to him. He's just gonna be on his phone all the time.
Yeah,
That's
give you
true.
he'll probably give
Alright,
you
so
credit
you over
cards.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck it.
I can buy my farm.
That's true. I guess with his stock money.
Can you get into stocks for me?
We'll see. And then who would you kill?
Kill.
Kill. Sorry, a reference.
I guess I would kill Ethan because he was fucking annoying.
Yeah, he was
I
a
just-
creepy dude.
I just want him to tell me I want him to read me a story before.
He's going to read you a
kill him.
story. You'd kill him.
I don't want him to tell me one of his stories though because
Oh yeah,
this would be creepy.
he's just gonna go off on this pilgrim
No.
adventure and
No.
all this shit.
Read me one of my stories that I already like.
Yeah, was it Socks and Fox?
Fox and Socks.
Fox and Socks.
Come on.
Yeah, I completely forgot. You never,
No.
dude. You need to read that. We need to read that to you. She can read that to you. She's really good at it.
I
Okay.
love that book.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna fuck Patience because she's a bad bitch.
Okay. That was mine. You copycat.
Oh, okay. That's it. That's the other option. I'm gonna marry the mom.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna marry the mom because she seems caring.
Honestly, I forgot about her. She's nice.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Me too.
She's cool. And I guess I don't know what I'd fucking kill. Cause yeah, Ethan is the obvious choice because Ethan sucks and I'm not supposed to like him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's no other option than just him.
I mean,
I think I'd kill the dad because even
dad
though
is
Ethan
annoying.
was evil, I'm just gonna be different and say that the dad because he annoyed the shit out of
to
me.
Be different now.
Yep.
well, I mean, he didn't pay attention
Meh.
to his family, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So bye, Shane.
Bye, Shane.
I'll take care of your stocks from now on.
Okay. Let's go into the daddy of the movie.
Okay.
Carlos, what do you think?
I'm gonna say Jesus
Jesus.
Jesus.
because I didn't find any of these guys really attractive.
Can we say Cody's the daddy?
Who's Cody? Oh, the.
Yeah, I was like, what?
It's okay. The name Cody. I go back to Scary Movie 3, and Cindy's nephew's name is Cody, and that name every
I
time I,
don't
hear
have a
Cody,
nephew named Cody.
Cindy does,
Cindy.
not Sydney. Cindy.
That was a joke,
Oh.
guys.
But I just think back of the kid from I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
I
I
keep
hate that
thinking
her
of-
name is Cody. Like
Yeah, I keep thinking of the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, so it keeps throwing me off to
Yeah.
that.
You know what I keep thinking of?
What?
My vet teacher in high school had a dog named Cody who was a girl, and that always threw me off.
See?
I guess it's that common. I don't know.
Yeah. Cody.
Cody.
Um,
So
Yeah,
the
I'd say-
daddy of the movie.
Cody. Yeah, she was badass, and
She
she
was.
knew everything was red flag from the beginning. Like
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
not stupid.
I can
Yeah.
completely
We could
agree
be
with
friends.
that. Oh yeah, she can join the clique.
Oh hell
Mhm.
yeah!
I
She's
think.
hot too.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah. I think Ethan was the daddy of the movie. He was an attractive man.
Really?
His voice was pretty awesome.
Yeah, but his personality knocked him down quite a few pegs.
I mean, yeah, but I think
No,
2 out of 3.
you're wrong. 2 out of 3 against you. Wait, no. Wait. Yeah,
What?
2 out of 3 vote for Cody, so you lose.
Okay.
Sorry.
It took a minute.
Yeah, it was math. She had to count her fingers.
My dyslexia kicked in, guys. All right, what was your favorite quote, Carlos?
It's when the dad says, "Did we just murder as a family?" I love that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Mhm.
That was a really good one.
Probably
But
the best scene in the movie for me.
yeah, what was your favorite one?
I had a few, but they were mostly like conversations. It wasn't like just one. Like I really liked the part where Tate goes, "I like Ethan," and the dad goes, "See, Tate likes Ethan," and Cody goes, "Tate also likes eating glue."
That's a really good one.
But then also, I really liked the part where the mom's climbing the trellis and the dad's like, "You got this," and she's like, "Yeah, no shit, I got this."
My favorite one was the eating glue one. I think
Oh,
that was
okay.
such a good line. It was just
Yeah.
great delivery all around. It was fantastic.
was
I was
good.
not expecting that either.
And then also, Cody had a lot of good lines that I didn't write down because
Yeah.
they were just so quippy.
Yeah, she was great.
She was very feisty.
Yeah, I really liked it. All right, so what's the best and the worst scare, do you think?
I jumped once and I just don't remember when. I'm gonna say when the boyfriend fell out of the pantry. I think I forgot about that.
Yeah, but then it turned funny so bad.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
honestly, that's the worst scare because it immediately is comedy
Yeah,
relief.
I don't know. This movie doesn't scare me, like gets me.
I
You
think-
know what I mean? Like
I mean, at least for me, the
Mhm.
scariest moment was when he stabbed the hand. But that's also
oh
because
yeah,
I have a hand
cringe
thing.
because I hate people. Ugh. Anything that's like Saw related. Ugh.
Wait, Saw has people's hands getting mangled?
Girl, you have no idea what you're getting into with Saw.
No,
I don't
Saw's
wanna
not,
watch
Saw
Saw.
1 is not that bad. It's not that bad. You'll be fine. Afterwards, yeah. You're gonna have
Oh
to.
yeah, I'm talking about a whole franchise.
Yeah. The first one, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I don't
It's
think so.
content.
Okay. I'm not excited, guys. Okay, do you have any opinions?
This movie had just too many like weird jump scares.
Yeah.
Like there was one where like Patience, when she was making the tea for Catherine, she was like the kettle was like ready,
Yeah.
and that was a jump scare, and I was like,
Oh, you know what? I think it might have
It's a
been that got me to
cheap
jump.
one.
Yeah. It's like nothing. It's nothing scary.
yeah,
really. It's
it was
like-
just loud.
Yeah, it was just
and-
loud noises or like a jump.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what people talk about when they're like jump scares bad because it's
Mhm.
like everything was a fucking jump scare in
Yeah,
this movie.
I didn't enjoy the jump scares in this one. The only one I think that could have been really good, but I think is deemed the worst because of how they edited it afterwards. Edited it.
Sound like a boat trying
was-
to go.
Was the one where Finn falls out of the pantry.
Yeah, and it's just because it does the triple take, and like you don't know it's
Because-
it's unintentionally funny.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
for a split second, it is scary,
It's shocking,
and then immediately is funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like okay, like we all started laughing. Like
Yeah.
it's just unintentionally funny. And
I don't know if it was unintentional.
yeah, it is. Sydney, not everything is made to be a comedy.
I
Yeah.
think it was. Well, because
No.
the part where they're all grabbing a weapon and then raising it into the air, I'm pretty sure that was like a nod to Evil Dead, which is a horror comedy.
Yeah, but you can have a nod to something and it still be a serious horror movie.
Yeah,
This is good. Keep
but-
going.
but
Get
I
into it.
Well, okay, so it's like when you're talking about Hereditary being
Oh
a
my God,
comedy.
no, we're
it's
not talking
because-
about
well,
Hereditary
no, this
right
is an
now.
example because you think that's a comedy, and it's like no, it's not because it's serious. It's just that some things were unintentionally funny.
Okay, she
The
looked like
entire-
she was swimming.
But
She deserves an Oscar for that. Never mind. I won't get into it now.
so this movie, that part wasn't supposed to be funny because what's funny about him falling over? It was supposed to be a shocking reveal. What's so funny about him falling over and dying?
The editing.
dead.
The
No, no,
editing
no.
is like do, do, do,
Not
do.
the editing, the context of the
well,
movie.
No, that's what I'm saying is that it would have been scary, but they made it funny by the editing.
I think it's more of the emotional, like us, like the shocking reveal. I don't know if you've seen like in other shows when something crazy happens, they kind of replay it a couple times. Like it's like a niche, but it's just
I've-
funny. It's just unintentionally funny.
I feel like nowadays the only time they do that is when it's supposed to be funny. Like they're doing a nod back to when they used to do that for real.
They're not doing a nod. You can tell when it's a nod and when it's not. Like, you cannot nod a nod. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right, Winnie the Pooh.
No, it's just
I cannot not.
like there's no.
You guys should see my grin right now. I'm loving this. Keep going.
It's I don't understand how it wasn't funny. It was just I just don't understand how it fits the theme of the movie at all.
It doesn't up until it starts like building, like the action starts building, and then I feel like they do a lot of editing that is meant to be funny. Like the part where Patience and Anna are fighting, and then it continually cuts to Tate, who's just like, oh.
Again, I think
And then
those
does a
ones,
fucking thumbs up. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
yes, but okay. So, I mean, again, Evil Dead is the perfect example to being. Evil Dead 2 is a perfect example of a horror comedy because it balances both the horror and the comedy elements. And if you watch that movie, you can tell that a lot of those things were intentionally put in there for comedy relief. In that, so the Tate scene, yes, that was supposed to be funny because it's like this intense scene. It ends and then it turns to Tate and he just gives you a thumbs up. So it's like that immediate comedy comedy relief.
Mm-hmm.
But when Cody goes to visit, what's his name again? Finn. And he falls over and dies. It's
and then
supposed to be
immediately comedy relief by the editing.
No, that's how you took it because we all laughed. I think it wasn't supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be like.
I think it was.
Okay. I guess she won the argument.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening today, and thank you again for always sharing, downloading. Please review us on Apple Podcasts if you can.
Yes, please.
You can find us on Spotify and Google, obviously.
Por favor.
Yes.
Wow.
If you guys do want to follow us on all the socials, it is at Horror Daddies for basically everything.
Literally
Facebook,
everything.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, is Carlos Mars, like the planet. I.
Yep. And mine's just gonna be call me at Papa John or call me Papa John.
Yeah.
And I have the Horror Daddies Instagram, so if you want to talk to me on there, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was our podcast. And remember,
the berries with the green stem are poisonous.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Horror Daddies.
See you in your dreams.